Hey, what's up, fam? Thank y'all for tuning in once again. As always, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit that notification bell so every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. Hey, let's talk about Sister Ebony K. Williams and her comment to Miss Iyanla Vanzant. For those of you who do not know, about a week or so ago, she was interviewing Sister Vanzant, and Sister Vanzant asked her, would she date a bus driver? Now, a lot of people have made comments, going at her, and I feel it's rightfully so. I've tried to even listen to her rebuttal on the Breakfast Club, and I still feel the same way, but if you haven't heard the statement, let's just hear it right quick.
Date a bus driver?
If he owns the bus. If he owns it. If he owns the bus.
That's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem. Because the standards and requisites, and I'm not talking about him laying on his sofa playing video games all day. I'm not talking about that. But the standards and the criteria that we use to measure men is off for who we are.
Okay, now it's a whole interview that you can look up and listen to, and she'll say, "Did y'all listen to the whole interview?" Blah blah blah. Okay, no, ain't nobody listen to the whole interview. But going off of this statement here are some of the things that I took away from it, and what she and everyone else who's on her side has to understand. One, she says she would date him if he owns the bus. Okay. She says she's 39, 40 years old. She's a lawyer, so which means she's lived a life, a life of probably some kind of prestige, money, been around the world, making a lot of money, write books, podcasts. You see, so she has socialized with people, with men who are in the status where a lot of these women who say they want high value men, it's been in them circles. Had to have. And yet, she hasn't been able to find and to snag and to hold down and to keep a quote-unquote high-value man. For whatever reason. Don't know if it's any fault of her own or the fault of the dudes that she's dealing with. So, hopefully you ladies understand that this woman is up pretty much in the pinnacles or in the circles that you want, that you need to be, to find a man that you claim that you're looking for. But with that being said, it shows when you're that age that her life has many layers to it. Okay, it's just not on a superficial. So if Sister Vanzant asked her, would you date a bus driver? Instead of her saying that if he owned the bus, she would date him. You would think that someone who is a lawyer, who understands you to have critical thinking skills, that you got to ask a lot of questions because you don't know what the other attorney is going to ask your client and vice versa. So you got to get deep through all layers of a question. So for her to not ask questions like, well, how old is the person? How long has he been a bus driver? How much does he make? Because you could be a bus driver and make some pretty decent money. Depends on who you're working for. Now, if she would have said a school bus driver, then you could have, because then you couldn't say, she couldn't say if he owned the bus, but he could own bus, he could own school, but I don't know how business goes, like on that level. But, working for, let's say in Dallas, you got Dart or a Greyhound, or does he drive the Metro? That dollar bus to take you to Mexico and back, or to San Antonio, when it'd be like a 3-hour trip from Dallas, it might take you 2 days to get there. Whatever. She didn't ask those questions because, like I said, he could be like a new bus. He could have been 20. Would she date a 20-year-old driving a bus? Probably not. Nah, he's too young and he's not making any kind of money. He got a long way to go before he matures. Has really nothing to do with the job he has. It would be because, like I said, his age and his maturity level. But what if say he's 45, been driving a bus since he was 20, getting ready to retire, and says that when he retires, he's saved up enough money to where he's gonna, want to buy a bus, start his own bus line, his own transportation business. You see what I'm saying? She never asked that. She just went off of basic questions: would you date a bus driver? Now, Sister Vanzant said she would date a bus driver, and he was like, good person, treated her right, good to his mom, pillar of society, upstanding individual. She said she would, but then you gotta understand that Sister Vanzant is like in her 70s, 60s or 70s, so she's older. She's more wise than this young lady. She's been around more. She's seen more. Hell, she am doctor of relationships and had TV shows, so she done seen a lot more than Sister Williams has seen. So she can sit back and look and say, hey, I'll date a bus driver. Basically, she could be saying I date anybody that'll just be good to me. Which lets you know, like I say, she's been around for a while. So, yeah, Ebony K. Williams, I think she went on the Breakfast Club and tried to explain what she meant, saying she wasn't trying to down the bus driver or anybody who does menial, what she called menial or average, because she said something about average is not good enough. Again, it depends on where that person is in their life. If they have plans, let's say this. Let me say it like this. What if she asked the brother, would you date a lawyer? I would be like, it depends. That's the first thing I would say. And then she would be like, depends on what? And I would say, first, I would wonder, like I say, how old is she? How long has she been a lawyer? What kind of lawyer is she? Is she part of a firm? Does she have a partnership in the firm? Is she a public defender who, makes no money? What kind of student loan debt does she have? Because a lot of these lawyers, when you got these 8-year degrees, you sitting at 250 easy in student loan debt. What's a credit score? You see what I'm saying? But these are things that you find out once you start dating. You meet a person and you say, hey, somebody introduces you to a person, or a person approach you, or y'all somehow bump into each other, and y'all get to talking and have nice conversation. And, hey, I like to, can I get to know, we can talk maybe, or you date, blah, blah, blah. They be like, nah, okay, you can get my number, and y'all get to talking. We go out for coffee, you know what I'm saying, and just talk or whatever. That's where you get to know somebody. You don't just flat out say, if you on the bus. I don't care, like I said, but she done been around, but to me, it doesn't matter what you've done, where you've been in life. When you're 39, 40 years old, you're still trying to figure out how to get a man and keep him. So you asking Sister Vanzant, or Elder Vanzant, how to do that, and then she try to give you advice, and then ask you questions, and you just pretty much said, no, I wouldn't do that. Well, you ain't trying to, what you got on the show for? You ain't really trying to get there. Can you imagine somebody having dreams all their life of playing the NBA, got the skills, got the height, got scouts looking, everybody want them to come to their college to play, but you don't want to follow that path. You want to do other things like chase women, sell drugs, whatever the case may be, whatever. Do a little silly stuff. And as time goes on, your skills start to erode a little bit. You get old, still making bad decisions in your career. When you keep saying, oh man, I could have played that. I could have played them. I could have beat them. I played against them in high school. They wasn't. I played against them in college. I could beat them anytime. But your decisions kept you away from the NBA because you choose to do other things. And then when you become 35 years old, you think, I think I want to try for the NBA now. I done played around too much. I made a bad decision. They'll look at you like you crazy. Then what if Iyanla Vanzant come and ask you, would you play for the big three? And you say, they paying $1 million. And it's like, really? You mean you wouldn't do something that you enjoy, that you know you're good at? Your prime has passed, but you still got the ability to play basketball somewhere where you get seen on TV, you get to travel the country. Now you want to make a million, you make like a few thousand, 100,000, however many dollars you can, a year. And still do something you enjoy. Or what if they say, when you want to play overseas, yeah, they pay me, $5 million a year. Like what? But you get to travel the world, do what you want to. Everything is paid. And you can and you can do this, and this could build, you can use that money to build on something in the future for your retirement and stuff. But you got stipulations. Like, really? Come on now. And you pass your prime? But anyway, that's all I got for this video, man. Like I said, she just came about it the wrong way. In the video she said she done dated them all, rich, poor, white, black, Hispanic, whatever. She just said she dated them all. So I'm just assuming that, that's what she's saying. She's been, all over. And for some reason, she still don't have a man. So what tells me that there's something about your criteria. And I think one of the issues is actually the society and the economy, because women now can work more different jobs, got more opportunities than they did maybe 50 years ago. So maybe 30, 20, whatever years ago. So maybe 20 years ago, a bus driver made good money, comparatively compared it to the economy and the inflation and the cost of living, if you will. But now, a bus driver, who knows, may not be making a whole lot of money compared to $5 a gallon for gas when 20 years ago was $1.50. So I don't know. Like I said, I don't know really. I think she just lost a little touch with reality. Like I say, she's a lawyer, so she should know that you got to dive deeper. You don't just answer a superficial question with a finite answer, because you don't know the layers of it. And she didn't explain layers of it until after she said what she said. And even after she gave the explanation, she still was like, okay. She was like still defiant. So I guess she'll be waiting another 10 years for another man. In the meantime, maybe she'll get a surrogate. Maybe she'll do some kind of brat stuff and get her artificial inseminated baby. But anyway, that's all I got for this video. Tell me what you think. Leave your comments below and share it with the world. And with that being said, I leave you in peace. And I'll see you on the other side.